Hey!
Hey! Hey!
Oh, we have a third voice!
Hello! I am not people spying on this podcast.
Are you sure you are not FBI? Welcome back!
I missed you guys.
Martin,
Hello.
give us an intro, dude.
Welcome to Bodega Nights. My name is Martin. This here's Joao, and with us right now is Miko, the ironic gamer.
Oh, I
Hello.
haven't heard Miko being called that in so long, dude.
I am still called that in Minecraft a lot just because that is my gamer tag. I am ironic or ironic gamer.
So yeah, this is gonna be a crossover kind of thing because we're gonna do a bit of third world gaming here. Because I'm gonna bug Miko about how he is playing right now with. I'm gonna bother Miko right now with what he's playing, which is FF7 Remake.
Man, that could have gone so many ways how you're saying it.
Yeah, so many ways.
Just like all the dubs available for Final Fantasy.
With the world effectively in quarantine of some kind, we've been, I finally learned how to write in by buy-in, and Miko here has been playing FF7, so how is that being, dude?
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing. The quarantine is pretty horrible in its own way, but this is the first time in I don't know how many years I've been able to sit down and play a game for 14 hours straight.
Nice.
And not be
I can't
bothered.
even do that in quarantine.
Time is meaningless. Time is just some weird thing that people made up. There is no sun. There is no night. My room is blacked out. My curtains are as thick as the covers of a bed. Pretty much it's just been playing 14 hours and it was amazing. I stepped in and it was noon. I stepped out and it was the next day.
Right? It's like, damn. it's like putting into sharp relief that time is simply a human construct.
Yes. I learned and
time
more.
is a social
That
construct.
there's just two times. There is daytime and nighttime. Moon out, sun out, gun out.
Right? In the same...
Don't you...
In the same way that we only have, days.
Oh yeah, that's a new update. I found out that the weekdays are just known as day, and that's it.
Right?
We're
Then,
doing things one
once
day,
a week.
tomorrow. Once a week.
And
What is a week?
right? And once every 7 sunrises, we have to, praise God or something.
Pretty much. We
Amen.
must praise the All-Maker. We shall spend what people in the olden times called an hour.
Hour. I see.
What is an
What
hour?
is this hour composed of?
Apparently 24. No one knows why, but apparently when the moon comes up, that is that is measured by the hours. When the sun comes up, that is also measured by the hours. The olden times were strange. Back then they had names for the days, and not simply today, tomorrow, and yesterday. I
Like
heard they might have
Monday,
had
Tuesday,
months.
Wednesday?
This thing was also
Oh my
months.
God.
I don't know what those are, but they say they are a collection of weeks. It was a strange
How
time.
savage.
Man.
4 times.
3 weeks ago was weird.
Freaking,
I know.
What's it?
Me, 4 weeks ago was weird.
Have you have you seen people call the times before this whole coronavirus thing became a thing as BC, before coronavirus?
Before Corona.
Yeah,
For Corona. Yes. We are now in the CE, Corona era.
yeah, dude.
So you're saying next is going to be Ace because it's after Corona era?
Yeah, or if we want to be politically correct about it, we'll call it PC, post-Corona. We might offend some people, so we'll now call it PC, post-Corona. Not to be
PC
confused
era.
with
I love
PM,
it.
post-Malone.
But yeah, at this point, days feel so weird. Leading up to the whole quarantine lockdown, pretty much we're working in hospitality, so the days were insanely long for us. We would get all the weird updates, okay, what's the current thing going on? What's the current updates? There was a time okay guys, we'll plan a week ahead. Okay guys, a few days ahead. Okay guys, we're gonna plan the day ahead. Okay guys, what's happening in the afternoon? So what happened last hour? It's insane how quickly it changed, but then lockdown happened and suddenly time was meaningless.
Oh my god, hold on. Speaking of which, you talked about the hotel or resort, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Miko
So
works at a
during
hotel,
quarantine,
dude.
are there still people inside there, like occupants?
At the lowest amount, we just had about 4 rooms. And the idea of the general manager was simply, even though we are losing money, because that's true, we would be losing money because there's just insufficient rooms. The whole point to why we're staying open is we'd rather lose money than have these foreigners just be out in the streets not knowing what to do.
Right, right. Because
So
you guys,
we-
we have sweeper flights.
Yep. So we took about a hit for about 2 weeks just to make sure that people had a place to stay.
How? So like they'll just stay until they have to get out of there.
Pretty much. When
Can
the sweeper...
they even?
Oh, no, the sweeper flights, when they come in, the only people left here are a few Brits and a few Canadians, I think. At least based off the
Okay.
last information I got, which at this point, before I used to check it the second it came in. Now, I'll check you when the sun reaches the middle of the day or something.
Indeed.
What is this
But yeah.
day
Call
that
it
you speak of?
Noon.
The fastest sweeper flight I think that ever came in was for the French guests we had in. Because we had a group of like 60, 80 French people. 27
Oh.
of them were doctors. So the French government's like, yeah, we need those people here. We are sending a plane over. What about the other people? I don't know. Do they fit in the plane? Maybe.
no.
But we need those 27, and I guess whoever fits in the plane. Sure, those people too.
So did they give you a knock knock joke? Was it like knock knock?
Oh, come in, the door is open.
Oh,
And then they say let ma, and then they say let ma people go.
they say knock, knock, and I answer social distancing, please leave. Knock, knock,
brought
why
the
are you
flight
out
in.
of quarantine?
Teen, stay indoors.
Oh,
Right, so do
gosh,
you
that's the
still
thing, and-
do you still have to show up at the office, Miko?
No,
Do you
because
still have to
at
show
this
up at the
point,
office?
No, I'm just doing like working from home, and even in my working from home, I
lucky
have like
bastards.
at most 3 days, and they're not even full days. They're like 3 half days of work.
Right,
Whoa.
that meeting. That was something that our administration found out, dude. That meeting could have been an email.
Yeah, no, right now it's like,
Ha!
so all these meetings could have been emails, I see. And the thing I quickly learned is like people ask me, so what's the marketing team going to do? I don't know. I can't convince anyone to come here. That sounds kind of irresponsible right now. That's why my department was quickly made into a skeletal thing simply because, look, there's not much we can do. So all we did was made sure we had content for the whole lockdown period just so people remember we exist, which is just
Right.
goes down to telling people, hey, these are some tips you can do in quarantine. These are some activities. Hey, these are some recipes you can try. Just letting people know, hey, we're still here. Don't forget don't forget us or stuff like that. Like, I have to make those things, but I'm not saying, hey, we have a sale coming up. Ain't no one coming by. Really, it's like, even for events, like, there's an event that's going to this year, which was a celebration, which they have not announced to be canceled, postponed, or anything. But according to my friends in California at this point, they're saying, look, there are events like as late as August that are just not going to happen because the convention center is even saying they're not going to have events. And some of my
Right.
friends who run events are saying, we're already written off the whole year. Like, what do you mean? We're not planning any event whatsoever until 2021. Like,
Yeah,
well, okay.
that's safer. Very
It is.
safe.
And even like my friend who's like a pilot in the Middle East, even saying like, look, dude, if you have any flight up to August, just move it or something because it's unlikely anything's going to happen. Because even if some airlines or airports open up, if the hubs are not open, there's nothing you can do. You'll just be stuck in your region or in your country. It's like, you make a good
Right.
point. Like, if the hub areas are missing, you can't fly here. That's why I remember early on we lost lots of guests coming in from North and South America and Canada because Hong Kong was removed. Like, that airport was quickly removed from the hubs, and lots of flights
Right.
had gone through there. So lots of people just end up canceling the flights or just moving it to a late period, like maybe November. And I mean, I don't blame them. Yeah, the airport's not there for you to use, so it doesn't make sense. If you go through there, they end up in a 14-day quarantine. So just told them, yeah, you're not going to come here. No one's going to come here to spend, 14 days trapped in their room. Which is another thing people didn't realize, like, can we force these people to be 14-day quarantines? I feel like that might be a little bit of kidnapping or something. I'm not sure. Welcome to my country. Stay in the room. We are now called your
Okay.
government to pick you up. We have your
So
citizen.
how are they doing? How are they doing? Like, can they even get food outside, buy stuff outside, or they just stay at
They
their
just stay at the
rooms?
resort. No, they stay in the resort pretty much, and then they can pretty much just like our restaurant is closed to anyone who's not in-house guests. Lots of people.
Okay.
And at the same time, I mean, it's a hotel. The food there is always going to be more expensive than outside. That's why some hotels started doing this. Oh, you can do takeout, which I heard. Who's going to go for takeout to you? I'm sorry. Like, your prices are generally always higher. No one's going here. I'm going to spend extra money, get here farther away, and then what? Because especially like in parts of Cebu where they already canceled the public transport. That actually killed off a lot of businesses really, really fast. They found out, so people really need public transport. Yeah, they kind of do.
Yes, we do.
Especially the healthcare workers. Like, wait, they need vehicles? I thought they had cars. You're thinking of doctors. There are other people too. Like the technicians, like the medical technicians and nurses. Like,
yes.
Don't they have BMWs? No, they do not.
They're not that rich, man.
They're not doctors. They're like very key people, but they're not the ones with cars. It's crazy.
Freaking our nurses, dude. Our nurses are paid less than me, and I'm a high school teacher. That says a lot.
I'm a government
high school
guy.
teachers showing
they get
off their
paid
salaries.
less than me.
like we have notoriously
Maybe
low salaries.
Same time.
True. But those our nurses are paid less than me. That's insane. That's something that ought not to be the case. Because well, anyway.
This is the teachers trying to show off his salary. Haha, I can afford a bicycle. Not like you jeepney people. Look at my second-hand BMX with a broken wheel.
With a broken wheel. Speaking of things that are closed in Cebu, I gotta ask this, since you guys are in Cebu, and I think I asked this a few minutes ago. Guys, how's dim sum break? Is it open?
No.
At least for delivery?
No, not at all.
Wait, what?
They were open, I think 2 weeks ago, and they had this takeout, then they had like frozen stuff, then they just shut their doors completely because they didn't want to risk their employees. They want to make sure everything's set up. So now after like a 14-day period, they said they might be reopening because they feel a little bit more secure. But again, it's not going to be dine-in. You have to take out as well. So people are excited. Yeah. I'm very excited, but they've never given a hard
Steamed
date.
rice?
They just said, we might open up next week, possibly, maybe. Yeah.
Freaking,
it's a very vague post.
They could do the thing that Jollibee did, which I really appreciated, where...
Oh, God, the frozen chicken?
Yeah, dude, like pre-marinated and everything. All you gotta do is throw it in fryer.
Yeah,
like, I wouldn't mind if they did something like that, you know?
Yeah, when I saw that, I immediately said, like, this is, like, amusing. For everyone, like, oh, look at Jollibee, they're being so cool. And I'm thinking, no, this is their inventory guy saying, we can't move chicken, can we just sell the bags? Done. Okay, do that. Because right now, wow, that all works. The wholesalers just selling stuff.
That works quite well, though, at least for Jollibee's case, because, like, not everybody... No, I mean, like you mentioned earlier, you either end up fit or fat. Nobody's really doing anything.
Pretty much.
So, like, people have time to cook their own stuff.
Yep.
And what better to do than move, like, your inventory selling to people that have all the time in the world?
True that. I mean, that's why... Gosh, like lots of games are being pushed out DLC because they realize, oh my god, we have a captive audience. We need their money. Like, I'm so surprised how quickly Call of Duty is pushing out content.
Yeah.
Because there's
what Call of Duty do you have? I have the free game, the one with 100 gigabytes.
Okay, you're playing Warzone. That's Warzone. I have the Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I have the full game, and then of course I'm playing Warzone as well. It is fun. It really is a remake. It's like the canon has been changed. It's still fairly similar, kind of like Final Fantasy VII, where the story is pretty similar. However, they added some new twist to it, changed some characters a little bit. The biggest twist, I think at this point, Call of Duty Modern Warfare is considered quote-unquote old because the game came out last year, so this is not really spoiling anything. Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the 2019 version, is a prequel to Call of Duty 4.
Oh, so it's a prequel now.
Yeah, it's a prequel because it ends with him saying, okay, I need a team, and Price saying, I need a team, and says, oh, I need this guy Soap, I need Simon Riley, I need this guy, I need Gas, I need this guy, like, oh, okay, so very obviously this is a prequel. But yeah, so far it's pretty great, and they've just been pushing out content like there's no tomorrow. I feel like it's because
there might not be any tomorrow.
We need your money now. At the same time, you're trapped at home playing. And oh my god, that's one thing I did not realize about gaming online. I thought, hey, quarantine, I can finally game online, I can play Minecraft, I can do all these things catching up. And I completely forgot, oh my god, everyone else is online. Get off the server I want to play.
Yeah.
Yep.
My Minecraft server, it's 50 people max. I have never seen it, like, full before. Now it's like, can you please leave? I want to play.
Want to know a tragic story? I thought there will be more players in Warframe, but not really in South America.
Well, you can join other servers. Oh, that's also one thing I found funny about Call of Duty. If you're playing from the Philippines, your region, when you play, should be Americas.
Why?
Apparently, it's in the fine print in the EULA where, for some strange reason, Philippine players, you should connect to Americas for some strange reason.
Which one is
weird.
Which one is this?
And for Call of Duty.
Which one?
Warzone or 2019, they still will tell you connect to Americas.
Yeah,
and I've done that.
I
played Asia. I like play Asia. I get like 100 ms for latency. Then when I play Americas, I get 50. Like, well, okay, I don't know why, but I'm going to play here.
That's I get the same thing with like all the Blizzard games. Whenever I like log on, well, Warzone is available on the Blizzard launcher as well.
On the Battle.net.
Yeah, Battle.net.
I don't understand like what's the setup there. Like, I should be closer to Asian servers. I mean, geographically, I am closer to Asia than the Americas. You know, this whole Pacific Ocean between us. Just saying.
But hey, I'm glad to hear that you're choosing America because I'm there too, because I'm South America. So yay, we can play, kind of, but you have ping. I have ping. We all have ping.
I don't know, I mean, my latency is pretty good. I get 50 and sometimes it spikes to 90. Pretty cool.
Okay. I have yet to hit 50.
And right now the servers are... The thing I hate about Warzone though, because it's free, dear God, it got in so much hackers into the game now. Like, wow, there's so many hackers in the game. To the point that I stopped playing like a Warzone for a while because I had lost 3 matches due to hackers.
Wait, how did they hack you? Like, you can't move, or...
auto aim, shoot through walls, aim bots, pretty much like that. I lost one round, which was still what ended up with a 1v1. The guy just shot me through a wall. I'm looking, it's like, okay, there's literally no way for you to know I was there. So it's just those moments like, okay, this is annoying. And when the free players got to play multiplayer for a while, it was kind of fun because I got a whole bunch of new people that I could do triple threat weekend on. I could upgrade so much stuff. But then you also see the hackers bringing this stuff into multiplayer. So there's some matches that just become so lopsided because of hackers. Like, this is pointless.
Oh man, I was there in free weekend, but I didn't touch it. I was stuck playing Warframe, so I'm sorry.
Oh no, you should blame the free one because that's the best time for you guys to actually upgrade your guns. Because that's one big advantage we get as paying players is we actually have normal multiplayer, so we can actually level up loadouts. Not like you where, oh my god, I hope I find this gun from the loot box so I can upgrade it. Oh, it's something else.
Oh, I got a grand, and I've yet to grand.
Oh,
I only finished like trading mission.
Oh gosh, the grind was crazy. Again, because of quarantine. Of the triple threat weekend, I easily used up 40 hours just grinding. I pretty much maxed out every single weapon. Even the crossbow, which I was not looking forward to do because it's a great weapon. It's just I hate how they decide this crossbow should be a primary weapon. Like, why? Why couldn't this have been a secondary? It's a horrible primary weapon. Sure, it's like a one-shot kill most of the time, but I fire it, and I run around like, oh my god, I need to reload my crossbow. Please leave me alone, man with a gun.
Reloading.
It is horrible. Like, you see two people.
Yeah.
Like, you see two people.
Reminds me of Warframe.
Oh, you have crossbows?
Yeah, it's called Zug. And we also have like a bow and arrow, and we can only use them as a main weapon.
I am waiting for a bow and arrow to pop up in like, Call of Duty.
That would have been cool, and at the same time screwed up because that's gonna be your main.
Yep. They added 2 new weapons at least.
I have Paris Prime in Warframe. I have yet to use it. I just use it to troll like enemies. Oh look, I have primary bow and arrow, but I can smash you with my secondary pistol.
Oh gosh, with a crossbow as my primary and I have a knife as a secondary, I will easily get more kills with my knife than my crossbow.
That's the point.
It's like, I have a crossbow. If you come near me, I'ma cut you. I'ma do it. I literally took over a point. Like, I think I got about 10 to 12 frags. Literally just running around knifing people until I took the point.
Oh my god.
Why?
Joao,
My
it reminds
crossbow
me of
could
my
be
COD days.
reloaded. Oh, talk about...
Hey, Joao.
Oh, is out there? Did you lose him? Oh, there he is.
No, I was just looking at what's it? The undersea cables, like maps and stuff.
Oh.
Anyway, continue.
Oh,
So,
Backlot
yeah.
is back.
Remember, like, the days we were playing COD in, like, Be Connect? Oh, sorry, not Be Connected. That place sucks.
Serendipity.
Seren.
Yeah, Saren.
Now imagine if our main weapons were all crossbows.
We'd find a way to become experts at it and people would just die when they come in.
We'd still be pretty good, I think.
Yep. No, but again, Backlot came back, and dear God, when it came back, the best part was when I played my first match. I think my whole team were a bunch of old guys because everyone knew Backlot like the back of their hand. And the opposing team,
my
I think
God.
they were all new people. They had no idea what was going on. The game ended
Like-
200-0.
Like lamb to a slaughter.
Oh, it was horrible. Everyone in the other team was just complaining, like, what's wrong with this map? Why is it so unbalanced? Reality, no, child. Welcome to the desert. It was horrid. And I was getting, like, flashbacks to, like, the old days. Like, oh no, I remember this. It's amazing. It's just, like, so much fun to play such an old map again. And you immediately tell who's old just because of it. Like, you're from the before times too, I see. The times
see.
when LAN existed. Oh, that's one thing.
So
like, this thing
for-
really
yeah?
killed LAN gaming. Social distancing has killed LAN gaming for sure. You cannot have LAN parties now. Which I'm now kind of glad that there's so much online play because I'm now using so much online play I didn't use before because the only way I can play with people, like my Switch, yeah, I play online with people. The PC, yeah, online with people. All these other things, online with people. Because obviously we can't be in the same room anymore. So I kind of like that. It's actually, in all fairness, probably the industry that's kind of booming right now really is the gaming entertainment industry, at least not movie or series, but really more towards the streaming or gaming section. They're doing a
Amen.
lot.
Yeah,
Like they're,
speaking of which, so I guess that map, Backlot,
yeah.
you were like Bane. We were born in it,
Yes.
molded by it. We didn't see newer maps until the next COD Modern Warfare.
We didn't see like 1440 at 144 frames. We were men. 60 frames
I
was already
remember.
like godlike.
I remember playing Call of Duty after moving out of Manila. We were playing COD 4. I think it was at the Mineski here. And something that I very distinctly remember doing was sort of downscaling everything and like making the graphics worse because that's what I was used to doing.
Oh, same. I mean, even it was only Grant, God bless his soul, who played like with super high def everything. Everyone's like, no, I need this at this slightly crappy setting,
Right? Like,
or it just gets too surprising to me.
right? Because that little bit of speed that you get
Yep.
when your screen is, or when your PC isn't rendering anything was crucial.
Yep. Look, did you want
When-
24 beautiful frames or 60 okay frames?
Right? Especially when we're shooting little pixels like across the map.
Yep. Oh, that pixel looks wrong. It dies. I am so hoping. I'm so hoping Bog or Ambush comes back. Bog and Ambush were fun.
Oh
That
wait,
was
there's no
amazing,
bug?
though.
No, it's not yet out. But Sabotage is coming back.
Oh, nice.
Wetworks.
Wetworks was teased, but it's not yet coming out. It might end up as a gunfight map, which is like a small 1v1, 2v2 setup.
Oh, man.
Okay. Because my
Uh,
favorite memory of COD is Wetworks when some guy was sniping towards me and then I just RPG'd the hell out of him. I think
That
it was
sounds
Luis.
Okay. I mean, that could have been AG. I remember AG getting RPG'd, jumping off, and still getting hit by that RPG.
Yeah.
Oh no,
that was
Luis
really
was
funny,
just like
midair, dude.
sniping us from above.
My best
He
memory
was
is
just like...
My biggest
yeah?
memory is
What
still
was your
the
best-
the impromptu clan war was still probably one of the best memories I had of COD. That and completely crushing Kyle. That was also fun.
what was the map with the barn? I remember that map.
The
like,
barn, that's Overgrown.
Oh, Overgrowth, yeah.
The one with the stone bridge.
Yeah, Overgrown.
That's overgrown. Okay. So some of
That's
my
with the
some of my
pool as well, right?
fondest memories.
Oh, the pool? No. If it's pool, then you're thinking of like
Block.
the Russian place. Block. Yeah.
Block,
Oh
right?
yeah, Russian place.
Yeah, but like overgrown.
Susimi pool.
My finest
Overgrown
moment.
What was your finest moment there?
Sniping at the bomb site from the barn.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're about. Because you can see the stone bridge from there.
Right? With an M16, dude. With an M16. Lovely.
But I can't forget that one. It was like that weird moment I had with AG where we were fighting each other and we were hiding in the same grassy knoll.
I remember
And
that
then
too. That
AG
was
stood
funny.
up first. AG stood up first like, oh my god, there's a man here. Pam, pam, pam.
Well,
It's
my
moments
favorite memory was at least a game where I don't die immediately. That's already good.
That's a broken memory.
Yeah.
Seema, shoot the foliage. Pam, pam, pam.
No, my favorite one was, wait, by Clan Wars, what did you mean, Miko? Like, was that the time where the LSM boys were playing against us?
Yeah, it started with Grant, Norm, and myself playing Shipment. And in fairness to them, if I walked up upon us seeing how we were playing, I'd assume we were newbies as well. Because we were playing Shipment, the three of us, and that's a map where everyone runs like crazy because it's so small. Okay, with Grant, me, and Norm playing, no one's going to run because we're going to kill the guy first. So we were going super slow, like crouching, crawling, insanely slow. And of course, if you see this and you don't know anything, you'll assume, these guys must be newbies. So you immediately, hey, you guys want to play with us? Like, okay, sure. Then he goes, oh, let's do hardcore. Sure. Okay, hardcore's fine.
Sure.
Search and destroy. Then I think Norm asked, what's search and destroy? Oh, it's Counter-Strike mode. And you don't respawn. Like, okay, let's play that.
I'm listening.
So it becomes 3 versus 3, Grant, myself, and Norm in Shipment versus these three guys. The game the first round goes, it's kind of bad for them. They don't realize what's about to happen.
They don't realize how good your lineup is already.
That's like
even if it's a 3-on-1, they're
best
dead.
3 players that we have on the team, dude. Like,
Yeah.
like you
could have
Grant,
had me.
and
I'd still
Norm.
be. Yeah. At me, they'd have a chance to at least kill one of us, which would be me.
Oh, it was so sad. So when we played Shipment, they always got together. So what we do? Blitz. Okay, I'll take a blitz. Norm right. I'll take center. Grant takes left. Before the announcer even finishes saying, go get them, the game was over. The game did not register our win, so we were running around for about 3 to 5 seconds going, where's the last guy? Where's the last guy? Because the game hadn't ended. The game's like, you win! Okay, next round. And these guys thinking, maybe that's just beginner's luck. Second game goes exactly the same way. Then we think, oh, let's change the map. So they did ambush. And I'm talking to Norm and Grant. I think they're picking ambush because ambush is one of the few maps you can actually kill off a whole team at the start of the game by launching an M203.
Right.
Now, I do that all the time in ambush out of fun. And you guys quickly learn as soon as the game starts, you just disperse. Now, these guys, I told them, I think they're going to try to bomb us. So we're just standing there. We see this M203 and it goes about 50 meters short of us. And then you hear them, guys, I don't think it reaches. And I go, no, watch. Bam! Then they all die. See? You need to angle a little bit more.
Maybe aim a bit higher.
Until their fourth person came in, they were pretty much, they never won a match. Like, for the entire clan war, they won 0 matches and 0 rounds. And they only were able to kill one of us, I think, by the time a fourth person had come in. And the reason why that person died was more because he ran out of ammo. Like, I need to find someone with ammo. It was kind of sad. We would find them with guns that weren't empty. Like, we'd find them, hey, this gun's completely full and unused.
Yay!
It's perfectly brand new. It just has some fingerprints. Oh, that was crazy.
Good times.
End up with, I think it ended up either 5v5 or 6v6. And the very last map we played was Bog. And it was funny because, like, I guess their top player came in. And he chose Bog because he said, okay, let's do Bog. Bog is my map. And I'm sitting behind him like, did he just call Bog his map? So I meet like, okay guys, we are going to crush them. We're not going to give them anything. It was team deathmatch. It ended with a score of around, we had 120 kills and they had 9.
Who did they get for the 9?
They killed TJ, I think twice. They killed me once, mainly because I ran out of ammo and I was actually running to their side to loot their dead bodies.
Okay.
Essentially, people who were dying were people who were running over to loot them because we ran out of ammo. Because I knew exactly how Bog spawns. I know every single mechanic of Bog because I played that for apparently way too much for some reason. So I knew how to fix the spawn. So I told them, as long as you don't pass this line, they're always going to spawn on that side. So we just have to set up a line here. Now, I guess for some players, they might consider a little bit of a distance to shoot. For us, that was a perfectly normal distance. So it just hit the point that we were just bombing them for airstrike and helicopters. The joke, dear God, the helicopters just lined out inside the map. It's my turn, guys! It's my turn!
Yeah,
oh, God, it was...
If you're coming in from the bog, as long as you don't cross the bus, right?
Yeah, it's
As
pretty
long as
much
you don't
like
cross
the line...
bus.
No, the mound. The mound is like the absolute like dead end. Like once you pass that mound, they will spawn behind you.
Right.
Oh snap! I never knew that.
Right. So if you hold the line right in front of the bus before that big mound of garbage, they will spawn behind the wall.
Yep.
Or
they will never
by the
spawn
side.
behind you. No, they
Yeah,
won't even
so-
spawn by the side. They'll always spawn behind the wall.
Like not even in
Because-
that.
I
They'll
needed
only
to know
reason-
that.
They'll only spawn on
Why
the
did I
side
not know
if
that?
you have no one on the right side near the forklift. But we had everything covered, so the game knew the farthest place it could spawn the players, quote unquote, safely was behind the wall,
But you can shoot
which
through
we
the
could
wall.
shoot through.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That was the worst part. I remember one guy, guys, you have to run. We have to fight. No, they're going to kill us. And I'm like, oh, they're behind the wall. Bah, 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 bah. I'm like, oh god, they're killing us behind the wall. The saddest part was they started throwing smoke grenades. Like, that's so sad. They think that's going to help them.
Gonna work. I tried that. You guys still shoot me behind the wall.
Yep. It's like, they're throwing something. Just fire! Really, their only way that they could kill us was, oh god, I have no more bullets. I have to run over there and loot their corpses. Please give me a rifle. Oh, hey, it's completely full. Awesome.
It was freaking the smoke bomb just gave TJ a target for his M203.
Oh god, and
Yeah.
TJ with that
His
thing. He's
noob
thinking,
tubes.
hey, with overkill, I can have 2 noob tubes.
Yes.
I have an M16 with a noob tube, and I have another rifle with a noob tube. Boom, boom. Like, oh, this is horrible. It was just death upon death. That was a fun game. But yeah,
I
after
remember when
that's- I
TJ
remember
discovered.
overkill.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, when he got the overkill perk, that was he now has 4 grenades.
Yep.
He's boom guy.
It's like, oh, I can use this? Oh my god, everyone's is going to die. That's also one thing I realized in the new game where launchers are now not equipment, they are a separate weapon. Because I remember before, launchers took place of your equipment.
Yeah. It was an attachment, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, the grenade launcher was attachment, but the RPG retook the place of your explosives for some reason. Unless you had an M203 and that replaced it.
Right.
Yeah, and the new Modern Warfare, no, it's like it's a secondary weapon, which again annoys me. How is a crossbow a primary weapon, but an RPG is a secondary weapon?
Because they need their boom, man. Their boom.
I'll say this, the crossbow is really fun to use. Like, it sucks the level, but at least now I maxed it out. It's one of the weapons that you really see bullet drop because you see the arrow drop. So there's some maps where if I have to hit the guy from across the map, I aim somewhere around like 12 feet above their head, so the ball drops down to hit them. It's crazy. Fun, but it's one of those things where it feels like I'm just making fun of you by killing you with this. It's not really something I can use to win the game. Which must have pissed off a lot of people to, guys, we need to win this. I know, but I really, really need to upgrade this crossbow right now. Oh god, but the shield is horrible. I don't know how people upgrade it. You have to kill people to shield or block things to upgrade it, and the shield is an awful weapon.
I miss playing Modern Warfare 2. I tried it on the Xbox 360, I think. I
That's
equipped
an
the
old
shield,
thing.
and then someone was like stuck in a wall. I think he just spawned, and I had a shield. Rams on the shield and the wall. Splat! Yeah!
I win!
Fatality! Good times.
I'm actually surprised in Warzone, the shield is now a drop in the items.
What?
Yeah, it's now an epic drop. Like, you can find a shield. I'm like, what? Really? Like, only one of my friends, his loadout has a shield. And I'm like, what the hell, dude? Then we played one match where we end up being top 5, and he blocked a doorway using a shield. When it opened up, the enemy team just kind of stopped and stared at him like, what the hell is this? It's the final circle and there's a shield. The confusion and everyone said like, what do we do? We never expected this. It was hilarious.
Oh.
We end up losing that one simply because there's a bounty thing. I think you remember that one, right? In Warzone where there's some in-game missions where you can have a bounty on people or scavengers and stuff. When it was the final 3 teams, both teams had a bounty on my team members. Like, one had a bounty on me, and one had a bounty on my teammate. So both teams knew exactly where we were. So both teams didn't fight each other, they were just fighting us. That was horrible. Like, oh no, they're all trying to kill us. They're not fighting each other at all.
So going back to like COD Warzone, how much of a grind am I gonna take? Because I'm using the free account.
You're going to be grinding like a thought.
So I take it I'll just stick to Warframe and delete.
Warzone is fun. I mean, there are lots of modes coming out. They're doing a massive map update, I think, end of the month or May. But it's that thing. It's really hard for you to upgrade your stuff because you're playing free. All you can do is get the weapons you have there, get other things you have there. But again, I mean, it's hard to complain that it's a free setup. The only thing I'll say, though, about Warzone is, because, again, of the free thing, I guess you might see this in Warframe, too, the hacker groups just kind of became a lot bigger. Just because of, like, all the cheat engines coming out. They're saying they're trying to fix it, but I really have no idea what they can do to fix the issue. Doesn't help that it's just really one player base that seems to be doing majority of the cheating.
Oh, man. I hope there's not much hackers in my place, but whatever. Because I haven't played a first-person shooter as an legit first-person in a console. I don't know how hard that's going to be using
you guys have like aim assist. Your aim assist annoys me because if you're sniping with aim assist, if your cursor's to the side of my head, you're still going to get a headshot. If I have that on my PC, it's a miss.
Nope, yeah, it's a miss.
Like, I found I started hating console peeps simply because you bastards with your, like, low-quality auto-aim. But you know what I can do? I can 360.
Oh my.
It was just that thing. But it's actually pretty interesting that with the cross-platform, you see PS4, you see Xbox, and you see PC all together. So it's kind of cool. You just make sure your mics are muted because you don't want to hear the chatter. It's not Halo bad or Counter-Strike bad, but it's pretty messy.
Well, I play Warframe, and when I hear someone in my map, like, I can hear them, I'll just auto-mute them anyway. I just need to know how to mute them.
Oh, that's what I love in COD. You can just have auto-mute everyone as a option. It'll just auto-mute everyone every single time.
Really?
Like, this is awesome. You can, like, and it becomes you choose to unmute them. They come standard muted. It's amazing. I don't have to listen to people at all. Except for my friends who I talk to via, other VoIP systems.
At least, right?
Yeah, especially, like, I mean, communication is key, especially for Warzone, which, if you're not playing with friends, it's a little annoying. Especially now, like, it's quad, so it's teams of 4. But if you're playing with friends, Warzone is really fun. I mean, why would we do that? I mean, there's duos coming out, I think, later this month. We can actually do Army of 2. I mean, you're not Norm, but I'm sure we can do well.
Yeah, but yeah, I might give it one more month. If I am not feeling Warzone, I might just delete it.
Yeah,
and save
it's a lot of
100
space.
gigabytes for the FF7 remake when I get the money.
My PS4 is literally just for Final Fantasy. Like, I have 2 games there. I have Final Fantasy Remake and I have Final Fantasy 7 Original.
Oh, nice. Because at least I bought the 1 terabyte PS4 because some just have 500 gigabytes.
Yeah, same. I got the 1 terabyte Pro. Because I need my 4K gaming. I need to see all the beauty this thing has to show.
Yeah, buddy.
And that's where the issues came with Final Fantasy 7 Remake.
But hold up. Before you played Final Fantasy 7 Remake, have you played anything in your Switch, like Animal Crossing?
On my Switch, last game I played on my Switch was Smash, simply because when I got Doom, I figured, why am I going to play Doom again on Switch? I just end up playing on my PC. I was going to get Animal Crossing, then I also told myself, this is a deep dive. This is a crazy deep dive. It's like, you play in this is your life. And I knew Final Fantasy 7 was coming up, like, okay, I'm going to sort out my FF game first, then go in here, because this will just suck in my life. Because not only am I dealing with the animals who demand I do stuff for them, I also have people, hey, I see you have certain fruits. I see you have certain things I need. Like, I have to be... Yep.
Got a lot of stuff on sale, stranger.
Hey, I have some pears. You want some pears? I see you have some peaches. Like, go away.
So maybe you put like a trench coat and become that salesperson guy from RE4, and you'll say,
oh, I do love that though.
buying?"
In Animal Crossing, where you can make so much custom clothes. I've seen so much people make custom clothes, like custom like character clothes, anime clothes. I even see, I think, 1 or 2 companies or like bands actually remake their merchandise. Yeah, they actually remade their stuff in the game. Like, this is interesting. I don't know what the legalities are of this thing, but that's really cool.
Yeah. Oh, man.
It's like, since you're quarantined, you can have your fake life in the island. You can have your friends over.
Amen.
And you don't have to social distance at all.
But yeah, dude, I'm like saying, stick to FF7 first, because some of my friends who went to Animal Crossing are still there right now.
No, I mean, I play Final Fantasy, Animal Crossing a lot on my phone, funny enough, because I found it to be the perfect mobile game. Then for the Final Fantasy 7, yeah, I am playing it, and I told myself, okay, I am going to play this until I finish 1 complete playthrough. Then I'll try other games for a bit and come back to this, because the one thing at least about the FF7 remake, has lots of replayability. Even when you finish the game, there's New Game Plus essentially, which is a hard mode, and then you can still unlock more stuff. But the key thing here is they cap the levels. You cannot go beyond level 50. Mainly because it's episodic, so of course they became level 99 here. Once episode 2 came out, it's like, first boss, I am going to crush you. You will not survive this fight. Like,
Oh, no.
Okay. First boss, I'm in danger. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yep. But yeah, Final Fantasy VII Remake, it's great. Though I do wonder if the remake story is a new canon, or is it like an alternate universe?
Oh.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because there are new characters. The story is still essentially the same. Like, what you expect to happen still happens. But there are new characters, there's some new events, some new twists. I'm wondering, so is this the new storyline? Is this the new canon? Or did they pull a Zelda and this is just an alternate timeline?
Yeah, that's the same thing I'm thinking about. There's another remake that was out, which is Resident Evil 3, as in...
Oh yeah, that one's also different.
They have remade. Is this a different timeline, or this like the revised timeline now?
I feel like this is the remake timeline, basically. There's a common start, but then there's the remake timeline, and there's this. So, I want to believe for Final Fantasy VII that the remake, it did 2 things. It did answer lots of questions, and it's not too drastic. Like, what's happening? You can see this happening in the original game. They just didn't flesh it out. But the fact that they added so much new characters that you're wondering, you're really interesting. Why are you never talked about ever again in the future? So it's that situation where this is cool, but you're missing now. So I wish that you're part of the new canon, but it doesn't seem like it. But God, the dubs are interesting. Like it's dubbed in 4 languages. It's in English, Japanese, French, and German.
Okay.
My game only has 3 options. I chose Japanese just because I figured, this game is made in Japan. The dialogues read Japanese. I'm going to listen to it Japanese. I have English subtitles on mainly to see. I wonder if they're the same. For people who don't realize, I understand Japanese. So I was wondering, okay.
Team sub.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I had subtitles because I was actually really curious. Is it going to be very similar translations, or are things going to be very different? In fairness to them, the English team, they did their best. They did their absolute best to make sure it makes sense, even though some things just don't come off right. But there are some characters that are so amazingly different in English versus Japanese. I think the biggest one that everyone knows about is the character Jessie. She's one of the Avalanche members. As I said, Japanese Jessie, towards Clouds. Oh wow, he's such a cool guy. Kind of attractive. I want to know him more. I met the English Jessie. Oh, I'm gonna ride that cloud.
Oh,
Futaba. There is no chill for the English version. I see. That's interesting. The
so
thirst
I kind
is
of find it
unquenchable.
fun because Jesse's English voiceover is the English voiceover of Futaba from P5.
Yep.
And Tifa is being voiced by one of my favorite characters from Glow.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Britt Baron or something. I don't know how you spell her last name. Say her last name.
But yeah, the different dubs. I learned some characters sound really cool in certain dubs, and other dubs kind of eh. For the English one, it's pretty okay throughout it. It's you're not. Some characters don't really stick out as interesting, but for French, there's some characters like the honeybee main singer, Andrea something. I forgot his last name. Oh god, the French voice actor who did him, amazing work. You feel so much emotion in it. And for the Shinra, the German voice actors who play the Shinra guys, it's amazing. It's like, wow, the tone is spot on. For the Japanese, you just quickly learn that Japanese is a very, very contextual language when you have the Japanese audio on. Because all their lines, if you take it out of the context, makes almost no sense.
Oh.
It only makes sense because you have to see the scene, see what they're saying, listen to what they're saying, then you get it. If you just hear what they're saying, you can't really put together what's going on. But yeah, there's so many things there that like, oh, the English translation. This was actually said in Japanese, like, okay, yeah, I can see why you said it that way. And they're also, but yeah, FF7 is such a Japanese game, oh my god. There's so many little quirks, symbols and things they have that would probably make very little sense to non-Japanese players or just Westerners. Like the simple aspect of, oh, if you need to rest, you can go beside that vending machine there and you can sit on the bench. Now, I'm sure for like for Western players, maybe even it's like the non-Japanese players, you might think, why are you just going to sleep in a random bench by a vending machine? That sounds like a hobo life. Thing is, in Japan, that's like 100% the thing done. There's almost always a bench by a vending machine, and that's where people just end up actually just resting for a bit. Some take naps, some really just sit there for a bit because you're not supposed to walk around drinking or eating your food, so you have to sit down.
In Japan?
Yeah. The only food item you can walk around and eat with is ice cream.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Everything else is like, you don't do that. No one's going to be in your face about it. But you can kind of notice the little... You can see those people like quickly eyeballing you, especially older folk, and they're just quietly judging you.
Okay.
So that tells me you probably
Japan.
Walking around and eating, huh?
Yep.
Yeah,
ice cream.
Yeah. Ice cream is fine.
Thankfully, ice cream.
Yeah, ice cream's okay.
Thankfully.
But yeah, so they have things
one time was gyoza.
Yeah, no, you should not be moving around eating that. Even like in the game, like, it's like, wow, this vending machine sells drinks and items? Wow, that's such a weird thing. But I guess that's a game design. But no, Japan's like, can we fit it in the vending machine? Yeah, it'll be sold in that machine.
But also in bench, you can also die, just like in Jetman. Just relax there after you get stabbed and you die as the end of the series happens. And then you'll find out that your character was dead after decades when you go to Gokaiger and you're a spirit now.
But yeah, but again, fantastic game. The story is great, and I think what made me love it is the fact that I have played Final Fantasy VII to death, like the original game. I have completed that game probably in the 3 digits. I've recompleted that game so many times. So I was kind of worried, like, oh no, I'm going to play this knowing how everything's going to come. It's going to be like, I know who's going to die. I know how this is going to go because that's how the story dictates it. That game got me to get teary-eyed. That game made me sad. That game made me almost cry. And these are moments I knew that were going to happen. The game did fantastically well.
Speaking of the characters, like we go back to Jessie. Did you expect her to be? Oh my god, the redesign makes her hotter now.
No. In fairness, her character design is actually very true to the original design.
Okay.
Even the way she's acting, it's just exaggerated because she really did have a crush on Cloud. You actually saw the early game as well, the first game.
Okay.
It's just there's such minor characters, very little dialogue. People genuinely don't know that. But again, I had played it so many times. I had read so many of the official stuff. It's like, oh yeah, I get this. I know how each character was. Like, some people didn't even realize Jessie was a girl in the first game.
Whoa.
I just assume it's a girl because I think I only know one Jessie who is a guy. Most Jessies I know are all girls.
Yeah, same here. And the Jessie I know is like the one in the song Jessie's Girl. Jessie's Girl.
But yeah, the dub work was amazing, and it got you to feel. I guess that's one thing this game did was, since it's not like polygonal characters, you got to see more facial expression, you got to see more emotion to it. The only thing I did not like about the game so far is all technical. Like, their culling is lazy as hell. I hate that. It's like when they call, like...
Like how they're dubbed, like when they're summoning Firaga.
No, culling. Culling is a the technical term when you have to unload things that your character doesn't see, so you save on memory. That's generally how the game makes sure it runs really well. Is it unloads stuff that you don't see this, so it doesn't need to be loaded. That's like how games, what's that one with that girl and the robot animals that went really well. I feel bad for not remembering that game, but that was like a technical masterpiece that they were able to culling so well that the game can run such high frames with all these details, because a second your character doesn't see it, it unloads it. Now in Final Fantasy VII, oh my god, it is lazy. It is so lazy. You can literally see characters like unloading and reloading within your frame. It's like, I hate this. It's breaking my immersion. And the rubber banding, oh my god. I know why they have to do that, because obviously in this game, the characters follow you. It's not like in original Final Fantasy where they just go inside Cloud and just walk. Here, it's actual characters walking around. Now, the thing is, you can run so quickly that they can be left behind or get stuck somewhere. The game just rubber bands them. Like, they just magically, like, this, you see your radar, they just, like, zoom past you at the fastest speed ever to just follow behind you again.
Can they just keep them in Cloud's body, just like standard RPGs?
In fairness, there's so many jokes before they made because of like people coming off Cloud. Now, of course, they can't do that, so they changed so many things. Though I also dislike one thing, which I don't think this is a spoiler again, because it is something from the original Final Fantasy. You know it's gonna happen, which is the Don Corneo scene, where like he picks his bride. Now, in the original game, you, Tifa, or Aerith can be picked, and you actually have to do a certain combination to make sure you are picked as Cloud. In this new game, it does not matter. You can wear whatever dress, whatever setup, you will always be picked. I didn't realize that until I checked after, because I just wanted to know, hey, did I pick the magic combination? And I found, oh, no, you'll always get picked. Like, oh, that sucks.
You know why? Because in this remake, he prefers blondes.
I'll say this though, my Cloud looked fabulous. I had frills everywhere.
Oh, man.
But yeah, well done game so far. I'm currently at the section where the plate had already fallen. I just stopped there. Okay. So, I had my big cry scenes and everything. Oh, this feels so sad. And I hate how this game's making me feel sad. And I know all these moments that are going to happen. So that tells me they did it well, because I know this is gonna happen, but they still were able to get an emotion out of me. But this game, holy crap, it just like really rubs it in your face that you are terrorists. Like straight up, you are bad people. But you are doing good things. But you are bad people. Like, I'm so conflicted.
Because the first chapter, obviously, what are you supposed to do in the first chapter?
Oh yeah, you're destroying the Sector 8 reactor. I think Sector 1 or Sector 8. Might be the Sector 1 reactor.
And then Chapter 2, what do you hear from the NPCs?
Oh no, what do you mean Chapter 2? Chapter 1, you still already see the things happening.
Like, my relative was there.
Yeah, it's like, oh, like, then like people like, oh my god, like people are trapped like, oh wow, I did bad things. Ooh. I mean, they alluded to that in the first game, like, why you're doing is kind of bad. This one just rubs it in your face like, you're doing bad things. I know you're thinking you're doing, but you're bad people. Like,
you're evil bad.
Like, but the other people are more evil, and we're like, that's a horrible mess up. Like, yeah, what we're doing is straight up bad, and our only defense is, but the other side is more bad. Like, that's not a defense at all.
Yeah, what defense is that?
It's like, look, if I didn't do it, they would have done something worse. Like, no, we don't do it this way. So there's a lot of great, like, there are obvious characters who are really good guys, and they're very obvious, like, this is a bad guy. But in the end, you see lots of people are gray. Even even like the Shinra employees, you can tell lots of them are just really normal people working a job that they think is doing the good thing. They're not like, I am a cookie cutter villain, ha ha ha, we are doing this so we get all of the money. No, most of the normal people are like, look man, I'm working in this office, we have to make sure people are okay and things like that. Like, oh, you are just like a normal average person, I cannot feel bad about you at all. So it's insane. It actually puts a lot of things into perspective. It fills up a lot of gaps that the old game kind of skipped over. And I love all the small Easter eggs, all the small details that you would completely not notice unless you played the first game. I'm amazed at how they're able to expand on the first game so much and keep all those little aspects. So anyone who played the first game is like, oh my god, it's that thing, it's this thing, oh, that's so cool. Though the fighting system a little clunky. It's great, but a little clunky. But this is also from me coming in from playing like, Sekiro you die twice, and Dark Souls. So I got used to those controls. It is obviously not the same for Final Fantasy. But pretty close. You can actually do no damage runs if you're actually really good. Which might say it's amazing. It allows very skilled players to play really well with low stats. At the same time, if you don't have like the low stats, you can still like win your matches. So pretty well done. Though sometimes you can be very stubborn.
Yeah. So if you were to give it a grade out of 10, what would you give it?
I would probably give it an 8 out of 10 right now. I would say 9, but since I had not yet completed the game, I am not comfortable giving it a 9. I would not give it a perfect 10 mainly because of the technical issues. Like, the skyboxes, oh my god, the skybox is the laziest skybox I've ever seen. It is literally a gigantic JPEG image, which does not even match the quality of because I play it at 4K. So everything was amazing, except the skybox. Like the skybox, this was stuck at 1080 or something. You can see the pixelation. You can tell, like, that is an obvious JPEG image that they placed back there. Like, they could not at least put some, like, if they made it like 3 or 4 images and just layered it so it gives a sense of depth, it'd been nice, but no, it's literally just a flat image versus skybox. Like, that looks really, really bad. But again, all my complaints are genuinely technical. The gameplay-wise, it's great. Everything's really fun. I am a little annoyed to, how you can't, like, have more, like, you can't, like, control, like, Red 13. Apparently, Red 13 is not a playable character. He's just kind of with you. So it's like, that's kind of surprising. Kachi's also there, but you can't use Kachi, which is kind of surprising. Like, you just see Kachi there, like, oh, hey, there's Kachi. That's curious. I remember you in the gold saucer, not here. But apparently, yeah, Kachi shows up. I don't know if you get to use him. I'll see later on in the game. But it's there. No notice about Vincent or Yuffie or Sid, so I'm wondering when they'll show up. There is a talk, though, about Wutai, which is like, oh, I guess, Yuffie is in here somehow. And it's nice how this game, they make it very clear that there was a war with Wutai, and they won. So it's interesting. Like, the story is different, but it's not crazy. It's not like the world you knew is now gone. It's like, oh, this is very familiar. I know what's going on. I get what this is. I get what this thing is. It's not like a Zelda game where, like, the Zelda games follow a certain pattern that you can figure out. No, this one, this is the same story, but different. So, same, but different. But still same, but different.
But same. So, Joao, all this talk, are you gonna get FF7, the remake?
What?
I mean, are you...
Wait, no, sorry. Earlier we were talking about Call of Duty, so I started thinking about all the games that we used to play. I was looking for, like, a copy of Battlefield Vietnam, and...
Oh,
man.
God, Vietnam.
Oh, man.
And, like, trying to find
fun.
And since the game came out in 2004, there really wasn't very much online play. So I started, like, looking at how we can all, one, get a copy. Because I'm not sure that they sell it anymore. But one, get a copy, and two, like, play with each other. Because... Yeah. So we're going to have to get, like, one of those virtual private network sort of things. And I've been looking at that. So you guys can just, like, keep on talking about whatever it is you're talking about while I figure out how to use Hamachi.
Oh.
Man, the funniest thing in Vietnam, the weirdest thing I remember is probably the most throwaway line I've ever seen that even Norm was like, that's a really random thing for you to remember. We're playing Vietnam and we're using the mods. Which one was that? Point of Existence, PoE. And there was a moment there that we were in, like, one of the bigger maps. I just remember being on a roof deck, looking down, and I see Norm run towards, like, a beachfront where the Vietnamese are coming out from the water. He comes out with a M72 grenade launcher that's loaded with, like, a buckshot. He just runs in front of, like, two Vietnamese, like, fighters, and just it's going, "Welcome to Miami!" Bam! It just, like, wipes them out. For some strange reason, like, that random throwaway line, which was only said once, probably for the entire time playing, just stuck in my head, because I just saw that random scene of Norm running there with like, a grenade launcher. "Welcome to Miami!" Bam! It's like, kills two guys, like, haha! Like, okay, that's random.
Speaking of games, like because of the RE remake, right?
So many remakes out there. So many. It's the 90s all over again.
It's like I already got Shenmue 1 and 2 on my PSN, so I played Shenmue 1 and then I played the remake of RE. It made me feel like it was 2000.
Shenmue is a game I love to hate.
Why?
It's a game that it's way too realistic for its own good. I love
It's
the
the
details.
best-
It's just way
Best
too
dub
much.
tea, man.
Oh my god.
Hey, mister, let's wrestle.
I think I love watching people play it a bit more than I actually played it. I hated playing it so much. But it was so much fun to watch people play it. It's a game that it was a little too realistic for its own good. I'm amazed they have a Shenmue 2. But yeah, it is that era of remakes. There's so many remakes, but I feel like they also realized, hey, remember all those 90s people? Yeah, they have money now. Oh my god, make all the remakes.
Yes.
That's exactly what it feels like. Like, the people who are getting this would be some newer players, I'm sure. But people like buying Final Fantasy 7, these are the guys who, from 1997, who played it like, I need to play this again. In higher definition. It's nice though, at least the character designs, they kept it true with Advent Children. I was actually really worried that the characters would look so starkly different that, oh god, these things are gonna look so weird. But they kept designs so true to each other that it doesn't feel drastic. Like, you could play this game, then go watch Advent Children, and it doesn't feel like anything really changed much.
Oh, I see.
It actually feels like Advent Children, this game came out the same time. So, pretty good. It's actually very well done in that sense. The consistency. Except the story again. I don't know which is the real story now. I don't know if OG FF7 is the real story or if this is the real story.
Yeah. Who's the real
Alternate
story?
timelines.
Please stand up.
Again, in fairness, unless you're nitpicky about details, you could accept the remake story as canon. Like, in the same universe. But for me, there are just so many like little plot holes that I can't accept this as new canon unless I have to accept that in the future, everyone's just so heartless that they're like, yeah, we don't talk about that person anymore.
Wow.
Okay. Like, that's kind of sad.
Yes. Who's that person?
Well, how about this person?
What person?
Oh, we don't talk about them anymore. Like,
What?
okay.
Oh.
Hey, what about the orphanage? Nah, we don't talk about that either. Like, okay.
Those
Okay,
are
sure.
all before coronavirus things.
Yes.
Those are from the
do
olden
not
times,
speak.
the dark days. Oh, it's
Yes,
talking
the
about
olden
lockdown,
days.
so I don't think this applies to Martin, but dear God, I really want to go to after this all, I really want to get my hair cut. It's getting longer and unruly.
Yeah.
You know, I feel good that I brought my shaver here, and I actually in a few hours I'll be shaving my hair. It's always on a Sunday. See, guys.
That's how you keep track of the days. I praise the All-Maker and shave myself bald.
Yes. The only sucky part is I'm in an apartment, so it's hard to so I have to shave in the bathroom and clean the sink.
Where were you
afterwards.
planning to shave if not the bathroom?
In a empty side of one of in the room here, but the problem is I don't have enough space to prop a chair, put on the apron, and shave my hair because I don't have a full length mirror here in this room that I'm talking to. This is the room outside my bedroom.
He was planning.
it's
He
too
was
small.
planning on a balcony, shave his head, and
Yeah.
throw hair at the unsuspecting passersby.
People. Feliz Pasqua, everyone. Have my hair. Ho, ho, ho. The rebirth of my head.
But God, I want my haircut. I could not get my haircut before quarantine because we just got so busy at the hotel, making sure all the guests were able to get to their flights and all the things. So just had zero time. So
Yeah,
when it
I'm
finally
just-
locked down, it's like,
yeah.
oh no, my hair! What do I do? Well, this is my life now.
Do you at least shave your facial hair?
I mean, yeah, of course. But it's my hair is just getting poofier and poofier. And you understand, it's summer. It's getting hotter and hotter.
It's hotter. Have you tried at least cutting off your bangs like we were kids?
I mean, I'm thinking of doing that simply because no one will really see me. So I feel like I'm not going to look ugly for anyone. But at the same time, I'm the only person in this house that's allowed to go out. Because my parents are seniors, my nephew's too young, so I'm the only one who's allowed to go outside with a quarantine pass.
Wait, seniors are not allowed? What if
Yeah.
your household is only seniors?
You're
get an
SOL,
exception.
I guess.
What's that?
You do?
I'm pretty sure you get an exception. I have no idea.
Yeah, because my
So
dad's
just-
senior and he's the one with the pass.
Oh, okay.
But it's Luzon, all right, Mandaluyong. So I don't know.
Yeah, because
How
like
it
I'm
applies in
pretty sure
Cebu.
that there's some cases here where you have people that are essentially seniors living alone. People that are 65, they're still young enough to go out and whatnot. But I'm pretty sure there are exceptions in place for cases like that. But I wouldn't know because a lot of the big winners during this entire quarantine period are logistics companies, right? And
Oh, yeah.
like, you don't really need to go out of your house when you have all of these Grabs and Lalamoves of the world. So,
Oh yeah, no, going out this point is really a luxury where if you're trying to get specific things that are not like things you can't get from Grab or Lalamove.
Yeah. And
I mean, like, I'm doing
It's
groceries
really
tomorrow,
weird.
and that's because we need key things.
yeah.
Yeah. I want to do grocery again, but I'm too lazy to get my ass out today. I'll just take out the trash.
Oh, that's one thing though I hear about going outside is since, of course, my parents are senior and I have a nephew, when I go back home, it's like it's a complete decontamination of everything. I decontaminate all the groceries by myself. I have to make sure I'm completely washed up, like head to toe, make sure all the clothes are different.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad I'm alone, so I don't have to, change my clothes.
The only person you'll infect is yourself.
Yeah, so I'm like, yeah, I can put this in my bedroom. Oh, yeah, I can put my underwear in my whatever.
Wait, dude, Martin, did they how's the lockdown there? Are y'all still
it's
locked down
weird.
in Brasilia or
I thought it was lifted. Didn't
No,
the
it's not
president lift
lifted.
it? Oh, okay.
Nope. It's
Oh, okay.
extended until May
Ah,
okay, that's
3rd.
good.
But here's the big but. It still feels normal. The only thing that are closed is malls, obviously, because we can't gather in malls or like parks, gyms. But essentials like a bakery or a grocery, they're open.
so you're still
I have a
able to
question
get
here.
Japon de queijo?
Is
Yeah,
alcohol a essential for you guys? Like drinking alcohol?
As in like alcoholic beverages, like
Yeah,
wine,
can you buy?
vino?
Yeah, can you buy those things from stores? Is that still allowed?
I see that they're still allowed.
Okay, that's one thing. The very first thing that was like banned was there was a liquor ban like before the lockdown even happened in Cebu.
I think they should have done a liquor ban here, but the problem is, I think wine is a very big commodity here and is a big part of their economy, so they don't want to do that.
Yeah. Well, I
Yep,
like
here,
the liquor
they
ban.
banned it because of Tagay. Really? I mean, I get why it was done because they want to stop the Tagays like happening in the streets.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
But I'm
what's
just like,
gonna get people together?
really?
Alcohol.
Yep. But I'm also like, look, you understand, I do love my family with all my heart, but sometimes I just need a little bit of alcohol just to get me through some things.
I'm just glad
Like
I'm
this
straight edge, so I
quarantine.
don't have to drink.
Yep. Look, these hours that people speak of, they don't go by fast enough sometimes. I remember like
need
the first day was
alcohol.
done. It's like, man, that week was crazy. Dude, it's been one day. God dang it.
So
I think now it's just week 2.
yeah.
Week 2 felt like a month to me.
oh my god,
It's been like a month
actually.
already. I think.
it has been.
Well, Cebu, like our like quarantine just started like 2 weeks ago, man.
Whoa.
The Manila style lockdown started 2 weeks ago, but we had like a softer sort of
Yeah, we had
lockdown
curfew,
2
which-
weeks prior to
opening.
It
that.
was weird because our curfew was 2 hours like earlier than everyone else's. Like our curfew started at 8 p.m. and everyone's was 10 p.m. And it was annoying if you worked in Lapu-Lapu because you had like, oh no, I have to run back before curfew happens.
Yeah.
And which people don't realize is curfew is still a thing. Like if you go out, even with a quarantine pass after 8, the cops will still approach you like, sir, you have to go back home. But of course I tell people like, what are you going to be doing at 8 p.m.? Like everything closed at 7 at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I like saw Grab. Hey, Grab right now will be open until 9 p.m. I'm like, every single place is closed at 7. Who the heck are you serving it within those 2 hours?
You know, the midnight hour.
There's no one out there. And I do love though, within 24 hours of the liquor ban, there is already a black market for alcohol. You will
the
not
black
stop
market.
people from drinking.
Yep, you will not. Even I want drink.
But yeah,
Freaking
it's
people, like,
crazy.
brewing in their bathrooms and stuff.
Moonshine. Okay, guys, we now in Prohibition era. It is the 20s. We got plague, we got Prohibition. Yeah. We're gonna have a
call it
recession most likely.
And in the 30s, we're going to have a recession.
But don't worry, guys. After that, we're gonna have a gigantic war. Yay!
Yay!
But you'll be too old. But don't worry, but you'll be too old to actually fight it. Yay!
For me, I'm just glad that, Grab and other people can deliver to my house. Like, I don't have to go to McDonald's and take them out. I just have to call them.
I don't have to
bring it
put
to
myself
me.
in danger. They put themselves in danger.
Yeah. And they're the real heroes here again.
Oh yeah, like lots of the frontliners and quote-unquote essential workers, which sometimes some of them seem more essential than others, and some like, I guess you are technically essential, but not really.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
That is
crazy
true.
how like everything changed overnight, and pretty much we quickly learned what business cannot stay alive. Oh, here, like the sheer amount of hotels and restaurants here that'll probably die within this year.
Eesh.
Because lots of them just opened last year because of the tourist boom. So lots of new things open, lots of new restaurants, lots of new hotels. After this, I'm like, oh god, I don't know which of you is going to survive.
Now would be a good time to
Please?
set up something like a ghost kitchen, huh?
Yep.
A ghost kitchen?
Yeah, like one of those restaurants that only exist online.
Ah, okay, yeah, I know what you mean.
Right?
That
You have like
would probably work.
seven freaking restaurants all cooking out of one kitchen.
Oh my god.
That would work. I mean, that's the only way to survive right now. But even that, like, there are hotels still running right now. These are the ones holding BPOs. But even then, I'm looking
Right.
at how are you going to handle your supply chain? Because as like the days goes by, lots of suppliers just stop working. Like with the hotel, we're currently fixing it up. We're not closed, but of course, there's barely anyone coming in. But of course, we're taking time to do maintenance work. We can't even replace some roofing because a supplier for roofing stuff closed up shop.
It's closed. Yeah. I'm just glad, like, in Brazil, certain necessities are open. So, like, construction materials for lights, because some people need to replace their light bulbs and stuff. So hardwares
no,
are
they're
open.
essential
Bakeries
here.
are open.
They're essential here, but though it's a private business, they can close if they want to, and lots have been closing. And I don't blame them because, like, one of the biggest worries, especially like us in the hotel industry, was we're really worried that someone in the staff might get sick. Especially in like hotel business where we are dealing with foreigners. We are dealing with you who go to the airport, who do all these travels. You're like, for us, like, you are the highest risk people because of that thing outside the, like, medical folk. Simply because we're dealing with lots of unknowns. Because, maybe this person's not sick, but since he goes to the airport all the time to check on his flights, I don't know what he might pick up.
Oh my. That's the risk there.
Oh yeah.
Right.
That's why we wanted to close up shop in a sense to make sure no one comes in, but it just goes down to we just don't have the heart to have people out in the streets if they have no place to stay. Because there are lots of people who got bumped to us because hotels kind of told them, you can't stay here, you're a risk right now, go somewhere else. That's how we got all the Frenchies. And it was a great mix. We had like, pretty much it was half French and half Japanese at the hotel at that moment. And good thing is like the Japanese really like French people, so like it was just amusing for them. Like, oh look, it's the French people we all love. I never understood that, but yeah, they seem to really like the French.
Yeah, remember they have bands that's like French sounding, l'Arc-en-Ciel, the L
Yep.
with the apostrophe, and then they do desserts French style. Lots of
Yep.
stuff in Japan, basically. But you know what they don't like?
Freedom.
Non-Japan stuff.
Where that came from.
I was gonna say America.
Like, there's so many answers here, I don't know which I'm allowed to say.
I was scared that I was gonna say, Chinese.
I was gonna say, like,
Man,
who don't they like? The Dutch?
Dutch.
the Japanese? Well, we're talking
Commodore
about
Perry?
Meiji Restoration era? Like,
Maybe they don't like Commodore Perry.
the Dutch were the only people that the Japanese imperial government at the time seemed to like.
Yeah.
Then they set fire to Edo.
Yeah,
then.
but,
Man, Edo is super flammable.
Talking about Japan though, like when we were there in the 90s, it was really weird because it was like in the past.
Wait, it's not weird?
Wait,
Well,
what
here.
90s? Like late 90s, early 90s?
We lived there in like 97, and I was there last year.
Shit.
Right.
Okay.
I was there last year because a bunch of our kids went to Japan and I had to be like their chaperone. And the experience hanging out in Japan last year was pretty much the same as what it was like back in like 97, with the exception of more Starbuckses. But like everything else was pretty much the same, right? Like the exact same coins, the exact same bills, the same sort of vending machines. You still had those really cool, you have those really cool toilets.
Yep.
And it's quite interesting to think about that, as early, or, like living in Tokyo now would be like living in the past, but the Japanese past is like the future, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know
Because
what
you were living in the future, but now it feels like the past. But it's still like the future.
Right? Because
When
you
you
have
were
those
at
cool
the
vending
past.
machines and stuff that you can get anything from, and like when you press a button, your toilet will clean your butt for you automatically, right? That was
Oh man,
And
I
play
love
music.
that.
yeah, dude.
Okay, I didn't get the music part, but in my hotel, oh my god, I love my toilet. It just has a life of its own. Like, oh, time for you to get washed in this area of your butt. Out this area. Okay.
And when you want to buy ramen, you just like go up to a machine, put some coins in there, press a button, right? Like that's
Yeah.
the future, but then that was the past.
But yeah, thank you for noting that the Starbucks in Tokyo when you were in Japan. Because right now there's a news outlet, soranews24.com, talking about people in Japan queuing for one last drink at Starbucks before 850 of those stores in Japan will close.
Yeah. My time in Japan when I lived there is completely different from Joao's, but I also lived in the countryside.
Oh,
well, yeah,
so you're like in Inaba.
that was very different.
You know, when you ramen, you can press the machine. Like, I remember that when I went to the city, when I was in the province. Like, where in the countryside? Like, where do you get your ramen? I go to the nearby ramen shop
We
owned by
make
like that family for like 6 generations.
Yep. That house right there. Go
Yeah,
there
dude, we
and
lived
get
in
your ramen.
Tokyo, so you know things were different
I
there.
was in Aichi. I was in
miss
Aichi in
Osaka.
Cheetah. So I was like, I had a farm like behind my house.
Holy smokes.
There was like farmland everywhere. Like I would go like help pick up some stuff. It
So
was
you're
like,
doing real life Harvest Moon.
oh yeah, it's fun. I mean, like
Stardew Valley.
that's why Japanese life for me was very different. Like when I stayed in Tokyo, I found Tokyo so weird because I'd been in like the countryside so much. I found like Tokyo, like, man, this is such a weird land, Tokyo.
He had
People
I was
were
gonna
weird,
ask
things were
Joao.
weird.
farmland behind his house. Freaking, I had a vending
Yeah.
machine behind the house.
Oh my god.
The nearest
I was
vending,
gonna ask you, Joao.
we had vending machines, but the nearest one was like 100 meters away from the house. It's right
Oh my
beside the mechanic shop. It just had Pocari Sweat, tea, water, and sometimes it had a cola.
Sometimes, but not
Sometimes.
always.
Summer it had cola, but like in winter it just had like hot tea
And
coffee.
Pocari Sweat.
Oh yeah, it had Pocari Sweat all the time. Didn't matter what time of the year it was.
All day, every day. Pocari
Yeah.
Sweat.
That was like my deck. This is the future vending machine. I went there like last February. I actually got to go to my old place again. Exact same vending machine still there. And I love when I went to the nearby noodle house. The freaking lady still remembers me.
Oh my
Like,
god.
hey, welcome back. But at the same time, like, I'm teasing. Well, in fairness, I'm like the only like brown-skinned person who lives here.
So you know it's me.
I'm the token colored kid. Like, hello. Hey, I'm back.
What's it, right? Japan is one of those weird places in the world where its inflation rate for the past like 20 years has been 0 or something.
Yeah, it's like the prices barely changed. Like, what I paid for back then is still about the same right now.
Oh man. So yeah, I gotta ask you, Joe. You're in Tokyo, right?
Yeah.
Did
Well,
you meet
sort of.
in the 90s the lady who does Oh Tokyo?
No.
Oh.
I
the
like
only
how if
part
we're
I
talking about
saw.
Japan right now, right in front of me is my photo with Maria Ozawa.
Wait, when did you get her photograph?
When did you get her?
Because I met her like, I think 2 years ago in a wrestling event. She was part of it. So weird. She was part of a wrestling event in Manila.
We had her here to guest in one of our events.
Okay.
It's an event that my friend set up, so they kind of asked me to pull extra security work for her.
That was really
So
funny.
yeah,
Well,
a nice
I'm
photo of
how
her.
many people was in her security detail? So it was Maria Ozawa plus.
The security detail she had was okay, but it needed work, so I came in to fix that.
How many people were with her in one room?
69. What?
2.
She can handle more. Don't worry.
Dude.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Oh, I see. Yes. And this Maria Ozawa story is gonna go deeper right now because Miko, remember when you guys put a sign outside of
I
your,
remember that one.
your group?
One of
I found
most
it
people
so
are thinking,
crazy
really,
that people
Maria
felt
Ozawa?
legit. I mean, someone asked me, and I told them,
Ozawa.
it is literally it's a literally handwritten sign. No, she's not in this room.
It was in APCC, right?
Yeah, it's like it's a handwritten sign. Why would you think this is real? We placed it there as a
There were
joke until a
people
line
there.
showed up. Like, no, she's not actually in here. She'd probably have a more
But
bare
this-
place than where we are, and it would not be handwritten. And it was so obvious, like, shittily handwritten, just for fun.
And people still lined up.
I'm sure people are like, this is probably fake, but, I could be wrong. I need
I
to
mean,
verify.
we still have hope. Just like right now, we have hope. This is real.
Maria
But
Ozawa.
she's actually
Damn it.
she's actually very nice to talk to, very chill.
Yeah.
I remember one of my co-teachers who also happens to be on the class record. There's your cross promotion for the episode, Martin. One of the students, because like Maria Ozawa was in Cebu for some like event or whatever, right? And a bunch of students asked Val, "So, sir, what do you think of Maria Ozawa? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge." And Val was like, without batting an eyelid, or without like any hesitation whatsoever, "Maria Ozawa, the DJ."
Oh my god.
I mean, that's correct.
Yes,
She is
he
a
did
DJ
do
right
that.
now.
Oh my god.
It's amazing.
Yes.
And the student just looked at it and was like, "You're no fun."
So it's like some people asking me, "Hey Martin, what do you think of Sasa Gray?" "Oh, the DJ?"
No, the funny thing is, like, when I have friends over, like, we had lots of foreigner friends, like, over, like, for, like, sinulog. I'd, like, show them, hey, check this out. Like, I'd show them a picture of me and Marizawa. They'd see the guys, like, open and ask them, hey, do you know this? Like, they'd open, like, oh, no, I have no idea who that is.
Who's that?
I have no idea. It's like, especially, like,
Yeah,
one of my friends, like, Japanese guy, and his wife was right there beside him. I show him the photo. She sees eyes wide, like, oh, I have no idea who that lady is. It's like,
Who
yeah,
dat?
man. Like,
Ooh.
good answer. Yeah.
You're safe, boy. You're safe.
Saying the DJ actually is a pretty cool thing. It's not wrong.
It's not wrong. I mean, like, a future guest, I'm not gonna say who.
Maria Ozawa.
But if you're gonna ask me, how's beep beep? And I'm like, oh, you mean the current video game streamer? Yeah, I met her. I'm not gonna tell you when, but I met her. Yeah. Yes, I did.
There's another bit of cross promotion, man. Freaking Third World Gaming coming up.
Dude, we've been already talking about third world gaming with Miko here in Final Fantasy and COD.
Pretty much.
This
We're
is
talking about
a
fish and
crossover
fantasy.
episode. I think that's a different kind of fantasy.